All right. Welcome to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to talk about everything in terms of the greatest thing in the world, what me and you love so damn much, professional wrestling. So, we have a lot for you today on tap. But first and foremost, it is Wednesday. We're getting over that hump day. Today is hump day. That's what my mom liked to refer to it as. Don't get too excited. It's not exactly, it just means that as you're going through the week, especially the work week, it can get kind of tough. You know what I mean? So then you got Monday, Monday, Tuesday, hauling that toy right in the back of your truck right there, carrying all the baggage. And then right here on Wednesday, you kind of have the tippy top. And then Thursday, Friday, and back down to Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, obviously, filled with a bunch of awesome college football Sunday. Saturday, college football Sunday, the NFL. So, lots to look forward to. Lots to look forward to. But we are still in the middle of the week. Wednesday, we have Dynamite. Thursday, we have TNA and Ring of Honor. Friday, we have SmackDown. So don't look too somber because we have a whole bunch of awesome wrestling content. Just ahead to watch, and it's going to be awesome. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, and today we're going to talk about our My WWE NXT review. We're going to talk about some AEW Dynamite Grand Slam preview, which should be pretty badass. So I anticipate that being pretty awesome. Can't wait to watch it. Got it recorded right now. I'm one of those suckers who pay for cable still, fortunately. So I'm able to kind of record it. I have not checked a single shred of social media, TikTok or Instagram for any content or kind of, updates or anything like that. So, it's still raw, still hardcore raw. And our third segment, we're going to talk about some potential storylines that some returning WWE superstars will have, like maybe Raquel Rodriguez, maybe Brock Lesnar, also maybe AJ Styles, or Asuka, Charlotte Flair. We're going to talk about that, and then our fourth segment, we're going to talk about the release of Mr. McMahon, which is available on Netflix right now. So make sure you go check that out. I honestly can't wait to see it. I can't wait to watch it. I heard it has a lot of crazy dirt to be uncovered. Once again, the segment's not going to be, more or less about the allegations or anything like that. Gonna try to stay away from that kind of stuff. More or less just gonna, talk about just how Vince McMahon is reacting to, basically, you know, the docuseries being available and exactly, his perspective, how he feels. And, we're going to dig on into that in our fourth segment. And then our fifth segment, our fifth and final segment, something we do every Wednesday. I give you guys my Wednesdays weekly wrestling news, give you guys some headlines in terms of the professional wrestling industry, some of the breaking news, so to speak. And we're going to dig on into that, get some opinions going. And, yeah, totally, totes my goats, can't wait. All right, but before we get on into any of that, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat. If you have a burning question or just something you've been dying to get off your chest, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are all ears 1,010%. This show is all about keeping the conversation lively, making sure your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy and drop those thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment question gets noticed, why not use that super chat box? It's the $ below the chat box, just so your message is guaranteed to be featured on the show. It makes it pretty awesome. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel here at the GSMC Sports Network. Your super chats, obviously, kind of, they help us keep the lights on so many podcasts that we have here. And so we're available to keep this awesome sports content, keeping, coming at you guys 24/7, 5 days a week. Yeah, make sure you support the channel. We are absolutely super grateful for each and every one of you guys. Sorry, I can't talk today. Who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together, we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And once again, if the super chat is not your thing, go ahead and hit up the tips and donations at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that, like a subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. Obviously, we do know that criticism is part of life. So, feedback is gets, obviously, just because, just tap whatever you want. Just be just be part of the show. It's it's guaranteed to be a good time. Guaranteed. All right, so now we're gonna jump on to my first segment, which is we're gonna talk about some WWE NXT, which happened last night. It was a pretty awesome episode, I gotta be honest. It just it seems like NXT just keeps getting better, better and better. So yeah, first and foremost, we had the WWE NXT Women's North American Championship match. We have Kelani Jordan putting on a clinic against Wren Sinclair. Much like I kind of anticipated this match was going to be, it just kind of gives Wren Sinclair a chance to kind of showcase her skills, showing that she is the future of the WWE Women's Division. Obviously, her confidants, her partners, her newly formed faction, the No Quarter Catch Crew, didn't really look disappointed. They didn't look disappointed. They didn't necessarily look impressed. But at the same time, if you're going against somebody like Kelani Jordan, who has all the momentum right now, she's riding because, so far she's had, a couple of title defenses, obviously successful because she has the belt. So I feel for Kelani Jordan. I feel like she's definitely, much like the Intercontinental Championship has done for so many WWE superstars back in the day, till right now. She's definitely on her next step of becoming, the new WWE NXT Women's World Champion. Obviously, it's going to take some time because, she's gonna. I feel like this title reign's going to be great for her. I don't see her, having any loose ends. I don't really see her dropping the title to like an unworthy competitor. So the way that they're kind of booking the WWE NXT Women's North American Championship is I like it. I think it's smart. I think right now, you're kind of put in this position where you're like, you know what? We kind of have to do what we got to do. And Kehlani Jordan has been, she's been great. She's been great. Obviously, 1,010%. Next, we have Ethan Page in a press conference, basically showing his extreme confidence. Um, I definitely think he could retain. I do. I think he can retain next week on the first episode of the CW, but it's going to take a lot. It's going to definitely take a lot. Trick Williams is no one trick pony, so to speak. He's going to come at you with all he has. Obviously, doesn't really have much to lose. Ethan Page never really won the championship cleanly. He kind of sort of, fell into it. So it wouldn't be a shocker if Trick Williams wins. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. And nor should it be. You know what I mean? And if Ethan Page retains, I don't think that should be much of a surprise as well. So far in WWE NXT, it's kind of been hard to kind of portray, kind of like a bad guy, kind of like what Ethan has been trying to do ever since coming over here from AEW. Obviously, within his first, he had a clause in his contract stating that he could challenge for the WWE NXT Championship. Part of me says NXT is like, you know what, Trick Williams is he's over. He's over 1,010%. So let's go ahead and let him win the championship. But then another voice in my head keeps saying that Ethan Page, when you have essentially when you have a heel as the face of your brand, I kind of feel like it does better in the ratings, but that's just my opinion. Obviously you had Roman Reigns, and then in the way in the past you had Triple H. Also you had JBL, a couple of people who had the championship, and a lot of people were like, like look at Edge in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You can also take a look at that, and I feel like business in terms of professional wrestling is a little more simpler once when you have that heel as the main target, because then you have the fans, grooming up, getting ready to root for this next guy who's and that's something that the wrestling promotion, in this case WWE, will kind of have in their back pockets. Will kind of have in the palm of their hands. They'll have the crowd eating out of the palm of their hands because they're like, you know what, whoever we put up against this guy is going to automatically get light shed on him. It's kind of a nice putting over move. So I think, in all honesty, I feel like it's essential to let Ethan Page retain. I got to be honest. I feel like he's a well-deserving champion. He boils the blood of a lot of NXT universes. Also superstars. And just the way he is, I kind of like it. The all ego era will continue. In my opinion, I feel like that'd be pretty great. But obviously, we're not at that yet. We're not at that. So let's see if my prediction comes true. Who knows? Next, we have we had the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller effect, Austin Theory came out as well, and he continues to just egg on the audience. He continues to insult them. I, you know, I was a firm believer that this guy was kind of heading toward a babyface, but the way he's been acting with Grayson Waller right now seems like he's going to keep this heel role for maybe a month or so. Which I don't clearly understand because at this point, I feel like every I feel like every aspect of Austin Theory's career, also any potential of him becoming a good guy, I feel like right now it's kind of swept under the rug. You know what I mean? And if you can have a success with A Town Down Under, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, maybe in WWE NXT, they become a face automatically. You know what I mean? The NXT is going to be on the CW. They're going to have to start selling out shows. They're going to have to start selling out venues, and having someone like Austin Theory, Grayson Waller on your roster could ultimately benefit you. So if they don't win, basically, in other words, if they don't win the WWE NXT World Tag Team titles in St. Louis in 2 weeks, that's when you should probably break them up. That means it's about time. It's about time. You know what I mean? For a little while there, I was like, you know what? Maybe they do have a shot. Build up some chemistry. Obviously, watch each other's back. They won at WrestleMania. Obviously, there's a lot of connection there. Winning on the grandest stage of them all. But if Austin Theory ever wants his WWE career to go smooth, to be successful, to have full of opportunities, this has to be played very delicately. Very delicately. I feel like he can't be a single superstar. You could push him. Also, you have Xavier Woods coming around the corner and Kofi Kingston, whatever WWE creative does in terms of the New Day on Monday Night Raw. So it's kind of all up in the air right now. It's a possibility. Definitely a possibility that Austin Theory could definitely turn his back on Grayson Waller, but I can probably see the other way around. Maybe they lose this match. I think Grayson Waller, out of pure frustration, comes in and he attacks and he kicks the holy hell out of Austin Theory. So that could possibly be a way that they can make this work. Next, we have Lexis King. Lexis King actually showing that he wants to play by the rules a little bit, but Oro Mensah didn't. He did not, which was actually kind of funny. Poetic justice. His foot was on the ropes during the 1, 2, 3 count. He was able to pick up the victory. Next, you see a Tony D'Angelo training video where he's out there training with Stax Lorenzo, Luca Cristofino. Anything that you really kind of hear from WWE whenever it comes to like this Rocky, montage and stuff like that. Usually Usually it works, like look at what happened with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable with Gunther at WrestleMania 40 for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not saying that this is, the future, but I feel like Oba Femi is absolutely one of the most dominant champions I've ever seen in my lifetime as a professional wrestler. He deserves to kind of be like a step up. I feel like the WWE NXT North American Championship, of course, when you're not on the CW, when you're not trying to sell out crowds, you could have a champion last 200, 300, hell, even 500 days. Why not? Screw it. You know what I mean? But and I'm not trying to say the USA Network is not, mainstream cable television, but the CW, I feel like this is the first time you've ever seen WWE kind of work within the spectrum of, standard cable. Obviously, Fox, took it back. Before then, there was SmackDown, and then when SmackDown debuted, it was on Channel 13 on basic cable on the UPN network. I remember watching it. I think it was after Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I could be wrong. But you kind of you need those championships available. Like, I'm sorry, but you just do. And Oba Femi wreaking havoc all over NXT. I feel like right now, if it's a time to kind of fade him, I feel like it's right now. Tony D'Angelo, he puts on great matchups. Obviously, a former Heritage Cup champion, obviously lost it to Charlie Dempsey thanks to Wren Sinclair. But I feel like he does deserve a shot at something bigger, or maybe make it onto Raw or SmackDown. I feel like Raw's going to need him. Both shows are moving to 3 hours. You're going to need a powerhouse like that to kind of to kind of put over some talent. Ultimately, be a success on our show. And I feel like Obafemi could do that 1,010%. Rich Holland clearly defeats Riley Osborne. Obviously, you saw Thea Hill kind of get in the mix, kind of cute. It's kind of funny. Wesley, Zachery, Wentz have a confrontation via satellite, not via satellite, but they were basically FaceTiming from one edge of the building to the other edge of the building, where they both got pissed off and joined each other in the middle and started kicking each other's asses, which was kind of cool. I absolutely love the expression of the F bombs. There were so many like F this, F that, leave my effing wife's name, pulling a Will Smith, keep my name out your mother, like, you know what I mean? So I honestly liked it. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was, it definitely adds to the blood a little bit. And, 1,010%, I thought it was pretty cool. Randy Chu and Rosemary get back in the win column with the win over Carmen Petrovich and Brinley Reese. A-Town Down Under wins tonight against Cedric Alexander and Jabon Evans. And finally, we saw Roxanne Perez and Gulia come face to face with their press conference, only to be confronted by the CMLL legend herself, the former New Japan Professional Wrestling Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer, basically saying at the end of this tightrope, at the end of this, at the end of this rainbow, whatever trail you guys want to go down, you guys have to face me. So, I thought it was pretty cool, that they introduced Stephanie finally into the WWE, obviously with Stephanie and Julia, appealing more to an international kind of audience is exactly what WWE wants to do. As of this point, moving on to, the CW network on NXT. So, I give this episode probably, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was great. Overall, I thought it was really great. And, can't wait to see what entails next on the first episode of a WWE NXT and the CW. It was the last episode on the USA Network. They did have a video montage, like a thank you. I was happy that they included a lot of wrestlers that left WWE, like Keith Lee, like Adam Cole. I thought that was ultimately kind of badass. I feel like NXT is gonna have a lot of success. I kind of feel like that right off the bat. All right, guys. So hey, do not go anywhere. We're gonna jump on into our AEW Grand Slam preview. What's happening right now? Can't wait to watch it. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about like 25 seconds.